Questions? Okay, let me, I'm gonna have to share the mic. Oh, what he just happened.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. A year ago I would have said, don't do anything you can't measure. I believe the best thing you can do in advertising is show your heart. So if there's something that you need from your client, or there's something you want to express to your client, I think the best thing you can do is make a video of it, put it on social media, and then promote it. And then pick your tribe, and then use that tribe online and get lookalike audiences and reach as many people as you can. Because the idea is to grow your tribe from 100 to 110 to 120. Now you're gonna have more clients than that, but your tribe, that person that repeats twice a season, that person that has, definitely double your average spend for a year. I mean, that's your tribe. Those are the people you're serving. But I say that, I would say it a year ago because now it's getting so expensive to go on Facebook and Google because it's just an economy of scale and competition that now advertising on billboards and everything else is actually starting to come down. So you have to start with a purpose. Like, why are you sending out an advertisement in the first place? Is it to gain traffic in your store? Then create an event that's worthy of coming to, and then market that event to the people that would come to it. Like, you have the ability to do that right now, very inexpensively from a hire standpoint. I swear there's a local kid somewhere, and you can go on a video on Facebook now and say, I'm looking for somebody to help me do these ads on Facebook and Google as a super duper part-time job. You'll have a line of kids ready to help you do that. But talk to somebody. Like, when you do the ad, talk to the consumer that's going to listen and that's going to come to that event, if that makes sense. Because then there's a purpose behind it and a measurable thing.
I want to address something that Karen and I spoke about a while ago and last week. How do we bring young people who think our business is entry level, okay, in this country, to bring them in and let them think and let them know and let them understand that it's a fantastic, creative, lucrative job that they can take, not an entry level job.
You have to look for opportunities, especially with the younger staff. You have to have vision, for one. Your business has to be going somewhere. They have to be a part of a purpose. If they're signing up for a job and the job has a sheet of paper of how to do it, if you got them to even work for you, you have about 2 to 3 weeks. They haven't put a dent in the world, so they're going to quit. And that's our reality now. So at AK Rikks, we do have a vision. We have a vision of being, the leading company for styling people in the luxury industry in America, hands down. That's our 5-10 year out. And we're doing that through online. We're doing that through online styling. We're doing that by, I'll fly a salesperson anywhere in the nation. If you truly want to be styled, meaning your own, like your own DNA, like you want this next level styling, we got you. A salesperson will be on the plane tomorrow. No questions asked. We won't charge you a thing for the travel, won't charge you a thing for anything. Because that's how aggressively we're looking for that high luxury client, that person that wants to create a self-brand, which I think is really, really important. I think DSAs are something that can be worked on, direct selling associates, making them a part of your sales floor in the sense of, if no one wants to be a salesperson, can they be a brand ambassador? So can they manage all my denim? And then they get to go to New York for a couple of days. Guys, it's not that much money. It's a $250 flight and a couple $100 hotel for a couple nights. They get to go to the showroom and that's enough. So instead of paying them $1,000 signing bonus, they're not going to stay for that anyway because they don't work for money, they work for purpose. So give them the opportunity to own something, and it's so hard because we spent years and years building these stores and doing it our way, and we know and we've suffered. But guys, it's got to be time to give up some of it. It's got to be, because the next generation won't. They just want to be a part of something and have an impact. And it's been hard for me. I've gone through 2 years of I let go and then I yank back and then it's not great. So it's a struggle.
Questions? Yes, Mike.
Hey, thanks for being here, Jim.
Oh, thank you.
Just wondering your feeling. You go to markets, you do a lot of good things for your customers. What's your feeling when they say, hey, I love this brand that you sold me, I just found it online, and you see that the vendor is now your competitor? And for me, it's very frustrating. I go to the shows, I invest in the lines, put things back, and then the vendor pulls the rug out. What's your feeling?
It's tough. I mean, I dealt with Eaton a few times this season at a special markdown day for a something, and we've lost sales. I ignore it. When a client comes to me and has a problem with our pricing model, I re-explain what we do, how we do it, why our pricing is what it is. That I'm not here to sell 10,000 units of Eaton shirts. I'm here to sell the perfect Eaton shirt to you, and I would hate to lose your business, and I really appreciate you. But this is kind of where I have to stand on this. I believe firmly that life is about reciprocation, and if a lot of your customers are coming to you and telling you that you're not priced down enough, they're coming to you for price, and you need to do something better for your clients. If you're doing a lot for your clients, they are going to forgive that 10% or 20%. They ain't gonna forgive half off, no one would. But 10 or 20%, they will forgive, without a doubt.
I'm talking more about selection. Like, for instance, I'll have 10 SKUs. The vendor has 50, and the guy, he's saying, yeah, I really like what you sold me, and I look online, and I bought 6 of them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much about the price, it's about, to me, that the vendor is now your competitor.
Oh,
he's not your friend, he's actually on the other side.
100%. Using Eaton as an example, they gave me the data of how many people are searching Eaton from the zip codes around my house. And it's staggering, because I mean, I don't even have that kind of business of what they have in my city. It's a decision of who is it that you are and who do you want to become. And if somebody's really killing you, you got to replace them. You know, you just have to. I can't compete with Isaiah Capri store. There's no way. And I got clients that, rent yachts for weeks on end and pay that VAT tax in the water there, and they go up there and then they're like, oh my God, Jim, I just spent, $30,000 at the Isaiah store. And I'm like, awesome, I'll see you next month for the trunk show. And they're like, see you then. My ship is gonna continue to be consistent. The fact that they went and moonlighted or went some other place, I'm still expecting our relationship to be very consistent. Yeah.
So I want you to re-emphasize the importance of building relationships with customers.
Oh, 100%.
Don't turn customers off regardless of what the price point.
Yeah, the idea, we keep track of data. So we have how many relationships do we have? How many relationships do we have this rolling 12 months compared to the last rolling 12 months? How many people do we have repeat? So here's a number that I had no idea was staggering to a lot of people. In any 12-month period of time, 48.9% of our transactions are repeat transactions. The industry average is closer to 20. Do you know why? There's no relationship. One great way and a trick to creating a relationship with a client, you gotta have a sales process for one, because then you gotta be consistent and scalable. So you get into a situation to where you have this scalable opportunity, so everyone's treating everyone the exact same. So then after this great experience happens, what you do is you finish the sale by doing this. Tom, so nice meeting you today. What is the best way for me to communicate with you? Email or text? Text. Great. Tom, I'm going to take your number right now so I can text you about that, whatever you're leaving on the table, and there better always be something on the table for next time. Now, within 45 minutes of that person leaving, they must get a text. Has to happen. Because guess what? The first time you text them is going to be the critical time. If it's in 3 weeks from now, you're not responding to that text. But if I'm like, Tom, So nice meeting you. So nice learning about your business. It's going to be great to get to know you more and create that image that you see for yourself as you grow your business. I will reach out again in 2 weeks. Tom is still on a honeymoon because when he left working with me, he's high as a kite until he goes and meets the washer guy down the street, and that guy does his song and dance. Now he forgets about me. So I text him right away during that moonlight situation of him just leaving the store thinking, man, that was a really great experience at AK Rikks. We do that at least with 90% of the people that leave the store. Now in 2 weeks when they get text back, it's like, oh, this is a familiar relationship that I responded to before. So that's my best secret. I shouldn't have given that away, as we may be competitors in the future.
It's very true. I didn't ask you about how your demographic breaks down, but you mentioned most of your customers are probably average 50s.
Absolutely.
Does it worry you that when these guys retire, if you're not cultivating a younger generation, that the business might drop a bit?
I believe really in, like, everything comes down to a bell curve. I mean, really, everything comes down to the bell curve. So if my average guy is in his 50s, then there are guys that are in their 30s that are, you know, they have means for some reason, and they're buying the same stuff my 50-year-old guy is buying, and then my 70-year-old guy may be tapering off or changing his behaviors, but there's a balance. It's the bell curve. So whether the bell curve's moving this way or moving this way, you just gotta believe in who you are. And I believe that a 50-something male is my client at a luxury level. As unsexy as that may be, that I don't have a Yeezy drop or something else, it's who I am, it's who our store is, and it's what our customers can depend on.
So Jim, I'm going to guess then that you're not looking for lower priced versions of what you carry. That's not part of it. If you're selling Cucinelli, you don't need 11T, for example.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Now, I do buy things that I don't have at a high level. Like we have a great business with an LBM. That may not be the most expensive sport coat, but for my luxurious client, I'm buying fabrications. He would never buy, 100% linen. He's not going to buy that at the Isaiah level. So he might buy that in the LBM world, and he feels good about paying $800 for something I had to push him to buy. So we have price points all over the board, but we're always keeping our core client in mind, for sure.
Okay, well, I thank you guys so much. This was such
Thank
a
you very much.
terrific.
Appreciate it.
Jim, thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
You will not find anyone else who will answer as candidly as Jim did. So this was really terrific, really wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.